Rise with India podcast on ET Now.
Hello and welcome to the Rise with India podcast. This Wednesday, we are tracking the latest from UN General Assembly and if the panic over Evergrande crisis is getting tempered or not. I'm your host Rohit. First up, the top stories this morning. US SEC Chair Gary Gensler says cryptos may not exist for very long. Evergrande's debt deadline on 2 bonds come up tomorrow. The Subhash Chandra family is bracing for yet another shareholder activism at EGM. Tata Power is raising funds for renewable business. And as tensions rise with China, Biden tells UN that America is not seeking a new Cold War. Vaccine-related issues may figure in the first in-person summit of the 4 leaders of the Quad. Prime Minister Modi will also be meeting US President Joe Biden later this week. The issue of Indian vaccines being recognized overseas has become a thorny one. The Afghan crisis, China's assertiveness and counter-terrorism will also be on the agenda. The non-recognition of Covishield by the UK authorities is snowballing into a big deal. India has warned Britain of reciprocal measures if it didn't address India's concerns over the new travel rules. Foreign Secretary Harsh Shringla has said the issue has also been taken up by Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar with the UK authorities. French President Emmanuel Macron held a telephonic conversation with Prime Minister Modi. Both reviewed ties and have agreed to act jointly in Indo-Pacific to keep the region stable. Air Marshal V.R. Chaudhary will take over as the Chief of the Indian Air Force after Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhaduria retires at the end of this month. Air Marshal Chaudhary has served as Commander-in-Chief of the Western Air Command that looks after the sensitive Ladakh sector. Department of Telecom has issued an order that enables customers to apply for new mobile connections online and get the SIM delivered to their doorsteps after verifying via Aadhaar. To reduce road accidents, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has pitched for fixing driving hours for commercial truck drivers similar to that of pilots. He also backed onboard sleep detection sensors in commercial vehicles. Airport Authority of India will soon start exiting JV airports as the government decides to divest its stake. Airport Authority has 26% stake each in the Delhi and Mumbai JV airports and 13% each in Hyderabad and Bengaluru. On to global markets, and US stocks ended mixed in a choppy session as fear over Evergrande crisis seemed to have provided a dip that many investors were looking for. The US Fed's monetary policy meeting is underway, and later tonight expect some insights into the bond buying and interest rate projections. The US Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler has said that he doesn't see much long-term viability for cryptocurrencies. Gensler compared cryptocurrencies to the banking era without regulations. Evergrande's next closely watched debt deadline comes up tomorrow when it's due to pay interest on 2 bonds. Many commentators say China will take steps to contain any fallout from the Evergrande crisis. The real estate company has more than $300 billion worth of liabilities. Back home, Sensex reclaimed 59,000, shrugging off jitters over the contagion risk from Evergrande. Investors lapped up IT, banking and metal shares after the steep correction in the previous session. Indian stock markets are at the highest valuation in the past 16 years. CLSA said that its India Bull Bear Index shows an extreme reading of 99%. Such high readings warn of large pullbacks. FIIs were net buyers of shares worth about 1,050 crore rupees, while DIIs bought shares worth about 2,200 crore rupees. Let's now tell you about the active stocks this morning. Tata Power has begun fundraising efforts for its renewable business. It is now looking to raise 4,000 to 5,500 crore rupees for Tata Power Renewables Energy, according to news report in the Economic Times. Engineering, procurement and construction major KEC International has bagged orders worth 1,150 crore rupees across its various businesses. After Zee Entertainment and Dish TV, the Subhash Chandra family is bracing for yet another shareholder activism at Zee Learn and Zee Media Corporation ahead of their upcoming EGM. Adani chief Gautam Adani has said that the group will invest over $20 billion in clean energy and infrastructure over the next 10 years. And that's all we have for you today. Thank you for listening in. This is your host Rohit signing off. Have a great day ahead.
The Rise with India podcast on ET Now.